All right, so today we're going to solve some multi-step equations. One of the things we're going to see is solving equations using the distributive property. So hopefully you remember from a previous lesson how we distribute. We multiply this 2 by everything in parentheses. So 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times the 4 is 8. The next step then, we have to undo addition or subtraction. Here's my x, so I'm going to take this and move it to the opposite side of the x, which is to the right. Addition changes to subtraction. So I have 6x, and then I have 5 minus 8, which is negative 3. And then here's my x. I have a 6 beside the x. That means multiply. So to undo multiplication, I will divide. So I have negative 3. Let's do it this way. Negative 3 divided by 6 is negative 1/2. So x equals negative 1/2. Okay, then we have another example. They're very, very similar. The only difference is this one has a negative. So let's see how that affects our equation. So if I do negative 2 times 3x, I get negative 6x. Negative 2 times 4 is a negative 8. Then I'm going to have to move this 8 to the other side. I will undo subtraction by using the opposite, which is addition. That leaves me with negative 6x equals 5 plus 8 is 13. Again, to undo multiplication, I will divide by negative 6. So I get x equals negative 13/6. All right. Then we come to example number 3. And this time, our distribution is on the right-hand side. So what we have to remember is that we're always moving opposite direction of where the x is. We still start the same way, though. 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. And don't forget the x. And then 9 times 14 is a positive 126. So here's my x. All of my numbers need to move to the left. Undo addition with subtraction. I get negative 94 equals this negative 27x. And then I will undo multiplication by dividing. And I get 94 over 27 as my answer for number 3. So the next thing we're going to talk about is if we have like terms. So again, hopefully you remember from a previous lesson how to find a like term. This term has an x and this term has an x. So these are like terms. I have 2 here and minus 4 here. So 2x minus 4x gives me a negative 2. So this is a negative 2x, and then I bring down the equals 4. Here's my x, so I need to move the -2 to the left. I undo multiplication by dividing. So 4 divided by -2 is -2. Number 5. This time I have an n here and an n here, so here are my like terms. So -6 minus 4 is what I have. -6 minus 4. That gives me a -10n. Bring down the -10. And then I will undo my multiplication here by dividing. So -10 divided by -10 is 1. So n is equal to 1. Last equation. I'm looking for my like terms. I have a v here, but I do not have another v. So what I notice is I have a number or a constant here and here. So these are my like terms. So I'm looking at it kind of like that. I see 7 minus 7, and that's what I'm going to type into my calculator. And I get 0. So that's a 0 minus 6v equals -12. And what is 0? It's nothing. So really, we don't need that there. What we have is -6v equals -12. So I will undo multiplication by dividing. So I get -12 divided by -6, which gives me 2. So my answer is 2.